Going into the tournament, the stakes were impossible to ignore. This was Cristiano Ronaldo's record-breaking sixth and final World Cup attempt, and he was stepping onto the pitch backed by arguably the most talented Portuguese squad assembled in 20 years. But that talent vanished in the round of 16. They were eliminated by a Spanish side playing a passive, unconvincing style of football. After the loss, a camera caught Ronaldo walking down the tunnel in tears. He was entirely alone. No teammate stopped to console him. High-level sport offers no points for sentimentality. Portugal's exit exposed a total system failure, triggered by tactical hesitation on the pitch and a visible psychological disconnect in the locker room. To understand the collapse on the field, we have to look at manager Roberto Martínez. His tenure was defined by a hyper-pragmatic, defense-first philosophy. Martínez focuses on containment. To avoid counterattacks, his offensive structure immediately retreats upon losing possession. This mindset bleeds into progression. The team falls into slow, sideways passing, refusing to play through central channels where interceptions trigger transitions. Elite creative talents like Bruno Fernandes were bypassed. The system discouraged the risks needed to break a deadlock, like long shots or ambitious line-breaking passes. The bench remained static. Martínez hesitated to introduce dynamic players like Gonçalo Ramos, leaving a struggling lineup to cycle the ball aimlessly. Playing specifically not to lose creates a fragile defensive state. It relies on perfection for 90 minutes, because if even one player switches off for a second, the entire structure collapses. That single lapse is exactly how Spain found their decisive goal. By prioritizing safety over their own offensive strengths, Martínez's tactical rigidity had strangled the game before his players even had a chance to impose themselves. For any tactical system to function, a squad needs a collective intent to execute it together. But this squad faced immense external pressure. The prevailing media narrative demanded that 25 players sacrifice their own tournament ambitions to secure a single legacy for Cristiano Ronaldo. That cohesion was further tested by Ronaldo's own public comments. He claimed that Portugal's international history was nothing before his era, dismissing the contributions of every legend who came before. He later equated the value of his European Championship win to that of the World Cup, signaling that his personal trophy cabinet was already complete. But while the captain's ambitions were fulfilled, the rest of the squad was still chasing the ultimate prize, the trophy that would define their careers. We saw the result of this disconnect in players like Vitinha, a standout at the club level who became anonymous in this national setup. When the leadership's rhetoric devalues the competition, it becomes much harder for a squad to find a shared reason to fight when matches slip away. Players are unlikely to maintain their highest intensity for a leader who publicly diminishes their shared national history and the importance of the tournament. The image of Ronaldo's isolated exit remains the final word on this campaign, proof of a fractured group that was playing on the same grass but never toward a common goal. As Ronaldo moves toward retirement, the dynamic for this squad changes. This golden generation will no longer be able to hide their own performances behind the massive, polarizing shadow of a global superstar. Lifting that trophy requires tactical courage and a unified purpose. Portugal lacked both, and in a tournament this ruthless, that is a failure the sport does not forgive.